So I think that we can start. So this is our agenda for today. We will talk a little bit and present you the SoilTribes project and the purpose of these meetups. Then we are going to hear a few words from Maria Luisa from the Director General for Agriculture and Rural Development of the European Commission. And then we are going to dive into a discussion where you are going to be able to discuss how you can and intend to contribute to the soil mission objectives and share with all the group best practices or key points from this session. And then by the end of this session, me and my colleague Luis, we are going to share upcoming events or next meetups or opportunities for you to get involved. To start, my name is Carolina. I work at Innova Plus, a company in Portugal, and with my colleague Luis, we are the responsibles of the community of practice of SoilTribes project. Luis, I don't know if you want to say something or present yourself.
We are very grateful to be here with you today, and we hope that we can dive into the mission soil and also contribute to your knowledge. And we are very looking forward to hearing from you, learning from you, and also that we can start right now, because we are in the beginning of the project, starting a community with you so that we can give some added value to you and also collect some knowledge. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Maria Luisa, I don't know if you want to say a few words before we start or present yourself.
Sure. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Maria Luisa Del Pozzo, indeed, as presented by Carolina. And thank you to you, Carolina, and your project for inviting me today to the first meetup of the community of practice of SoilTribes. It's very interesting to hear all the nice activities that are starting under our funded projects. I will tell you more during my presentation.
Thank you. So to start this meeting, and I would like to make a ice break with you. So I would like for sharing in our chat, what does soil mean to you? It could be an emoji, a words. Feel free to express your opinions and thoughts about it. So I can see live biodiversity, roots, a lot of heart, the place where I can live, the micro and microorganisms, ecosystems. I will give you just one more minute to share with us your thoughts about it. I think that we can move on. Luis, please.
Okay, and just to present you what is SoilTribe and what is the scope and the aim of our project. So SoilTribes is a youth-funded project under the Horizon Europe, and it started in January this year. So we are in the half year of the implementation. We are starting right now to implement the community of practice, and that's the scope. And main umbrella that we are doing the meetups. And the SoilTribes, the main objective is to establish, activate, and empower local ecosystems, so the global approach. And what we want to do is to foster the soil values, the roles, and above all, connectivity through the back-to-earth narratives. So in the end, we are going to bridge together science, technology, arts, and community-driven actions to approach diverse target groups as communities, society, government, policymakers, to talk and discuss soil policy issues and soil narratives in a global approach, as I said before. It's a consortium formed by 25 partners from 11 countries. And today, with the meetups, what we want is to start creating and disseminating the soil mission. That's the topic of the first meetup. And Carolina will have the opportunity to present what are the main ideas for us for the next meetups, which will be 14 across the project implementation, and that are targeted to the network that we are going to create.
So, as Luis already mentioned, we are going to have 14 meetups. The goal of these meetups is simple. We aim to foster collaboration and facilitate knowledge sharing within our COP members and the general public. We aim to seek to identify new opportunities and support the scaling of innovative ideas and solutions regarding the soil health and soil literacy. And we intend to invite and to share their knowledge, the living labs and lighthouses of Mission Soil to share their experience with us. So we are going to have 14 meetups, and we are going to discuss a little bit of each Mission Soil objectives. And with us, we have here, as I already mentioned, Maria Luisa from the European Commission. And Maria, please, the floor is yours. I'm going to let you share your screen to present an overview of the European Union Mission Soil.
Thank you very much, Carolina.
You're welcome.
Let me share now my screen. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Great. So, as kindly presented by Carolina, I work at the European Commission, indeed, in DG Agri, the Directorate General for Agriculture and Rural Development, more particularly in Unit F2, which is the unit that is dedicated to research and innovation, and where we host the Mission Soil Secretariat. And I will present to you the Mission Soil, indeed, today, which goals is to start a network of living labs and lighthouses to lead the transition towards healthy soils. So let me explain, first of all, what are missions. If you're not familiar with this term, let me explain to you from when it started. So missions have been are a novelty of the Horizon Europe framework program, the European Union Program for Research and Innovation, and they are an instrument that aims to solve major societal challenges by setting a clear, inspirational and measurable goal, and that needs to be achieved within a specific time frame. So they start in 2021. And you can see here that we have 5 missions funded by Horizon Europe. And we are going to concentrate on the soil deal for Europe, although you can imagine that they are very much linked among each other, especially when we talk about adaptation to climate change or climate neutral cities, and also linked to water, etc. So why we wanted a mission on soil? I think that everyone here knows a little bit what's the importance of soil, but let me remind you what are all the ecosystem services that soil can provide. So first of all, of course, it produces food, but also it hosts biodiversity, It helps to cycle nutrients, it stores and cycle carbon, and with this, it supports the climate mitigation and adaptation. Soils also help to purify and regulate water protection from then drought or floods. And it supports as well human activities, so the landscape and the cultural heritage that is all around us. But we have an issue, so soils are threatened. It's been calculated by the GRC, the Joint Research Center of the European Union, that the 60%, even more than 60% of soils are considered to be unhealthy. 2 different reasons. Can be from current management practices, from pollution, urbanizations, and the effects of climate change. And the problem is that soil is a finite resource. What does it mean? That to recover just a centimeter of soil, this will take a time that it's larger than human life. We need to act now then. Here I put some numbers, some figures to make you understand what's the problem that we are facing. So the cost associated with soil degradation, for example, exceeds 50 billion euros per year. And then also we have between 16.5 and 68.8 billion euros per year. That is the cost of taking no action to address this issue. Another data that I can give you is, for example, that 24% of land it's now under unsustainable water erosion rates. And I talked before about the pressure that it's on climate change, but this is also accelerate the land degradation, so it's all connected. So on the European Union, we have a framework that try to support the soil protection in the EU. We have the EU soil strategy, which has targets for 2030. The vision is actually to achieve healthy soils by 2050, and we have now also a proposal about soil monitoring. And this law is expected to be adopted once everyone will agree on the final text, if everything goes well, by the end of this year. There are also other laws that try to give a policy framework in all Europe, like the Natural Restoration Law, Common Agricultural Policy as well. And the new EU Vision for Agriculture and Food also puts some targets where the protection of soils is important. And we have then our mission. The mission soil is the funding mechanism for soil health, research and innovation. It's not only research, but it's also testing of solution. It's harmonization of the monitoring systems and the indicators, and it also it's engagement and leveraging resources. And then we have the EU Soil Observatory, which is the monitoring and data hub. And altogether, this is the framework that it's currently in Europe. Sorry, one second. So, as I said earlier, the main goal of the mission is to create a network of 100 living labs and lighthouses that aims to lead the transition towards this soil by 2030. And this main goal is supported by 8 specific objectives. You can see here the different issues that we want to tackle with our activities. We want to reduce desertification, conserve and increase soil organic carbon stocks, stop soil sealing, and so increase the reuse of urban soils. We want to reduce soil pollution, prevent erosion, improve soil structure and soil biodiversity, as well to reduce the EU global footprint on soils, and least but not last importantly, improve soil literacy in society. I would like also to remind you that projects of mission soils do not only address agricultural land, but also industrial, natural, semi-natural, forest, and urban. So it's really an holistic approach that we are taking here. Let me explain you a little bit now how it is the mission implemented. So I mentioned the Research and Innovation Program, which is knowledge, data, technologies, and infrastructures that want to support the practices and the business model for soil health. Secondly, we have this network of living labs and lighthouses, which are real-life sites that are meant to co-create, test, demonstrate, and upscale all the solutions. Thirdly, we have the soil health monitoring and reporting, which is contributed by the EU Soil Observatory. And finally, the part that enhances the communication, training, education, and advice targeted to different groups. Voila, these are what we call the 4 building blocks of the mission soil. Now I would like to focus a little bit on living labs and lighthouses, because it's indeed the main vehicle that we have to address the issue. And living labs are really a core element of the mission. So these are real-life sites and can be in rural or urban areas in different type of land uses, in which people from different sectors, from different backgrounds, experiment and test the solutions in a very co-creative manner. This is kind of a really innovative instruments. There are similar approaches around Europe and in research, but really with the mission, we try to have a very structured approach and mechanism to do so. So if you would like to imagine a living labs, it's a site that is actually composed by a group of different sites. These sites could be a farm, can be a forest, can be an urban area. And all these sites are working together at regional and sub-regional levels. We have recently launched the first 5 projects that are setting up living labs. Each project has 5 living labs. So in total now we have 25 that started in Europe. You can see them up here. And if you want to get more information of each one, I invite you to visit SoilL, which is our project that supports the implementation of living labs. To mention lighthouses, lighthouses are sites of exemplary performances, meaning these can be individual sites that are places where we demonstrate, but it's mostly for training and communication to really show what a good practice is. So something already formed and matured. So I would like now to explain to you, to show you how many projects we have funded so far. So since 2021, we have now 50 projects that are running with the fundings of the Mission Soil. These projects are involving more than 1,300 partners. Normally it's a research institute, academies, businesses, farmers associations. As I said, we have the first 25 living labs, and with in total 1,000 sites. And we are gradually covering all the 8 specific objectives that I showed you at the beginning. So we are closing all the knowledge gaps that have been identified when we realized that we have a big problem of soil degradation in Europe. For your information, we have also 3 project clusters. What are project clusters? It's simply groups, projects that are clustering together. They are meeting to facilitate exchanges, cooperation, and we have one that is specific on data and knowledge management, another on indicators and monitoring, and a third one on communication and stakeholder engagement. Meaning our funded projects are meeting up regularly during the year to try to really work in the same direction and align their needs and their activities as much as possible. And we have 2 upcoming ones. One will be on business models and the other on pollution. If you're interested to get to know more about these projects, you can always ask us, send us an email or enter in our website. I will show you later all the links. So I told you that there has been a lot of fundings since 2021, and in these slides I won't read everything, but just to give you a flavor of what are the different topics that have been touched upon and that are currently running projects are working on. There are projects working on soil monitoring, on business models, on engagement with regions and municipalities. We have projects from the 2022 call on decontamination, on remediation strategies, on carbon farming. And recently, we have now the 2025 work program just launched a couple of 3 weeks ago. And the new topics are going to fund projects. So the third wave of Living Labs. Right now, we will have a new wave that will be added up to the 25 Living Labs. We will have more starting this year, and then more till the end of the program to reach by 27 100 in total, according to our goal. Then we have other research projects on the soil-water nexus, on soil salinity, on the transfer functions for the soil monitoring law, science policy interface developments as well, citizen awareness, the EU global footprint, and participatory approach in Latin America and Caribbean and Africa. So you see, we also have a collaboration with international partners. All the projects can be viewed in our Mission Soil platform in case you are more interested to get to know more. So as I said, now we have open calls that are open for applications. The total budget is of 121 euros for 13 new projects. And I would like just to remind you the closing dates in case you are interested, you want to pass the information to all your networks and everyone that could be interested to apply for the future. The single stage topics will close on the 30 September of this year, whereas the two stage topics, the first stage will close at 4 September, whereas the second stage will close on the 18th February of next year, 2026. We recently had the EU Missions Info Days, which is our event at the European Commission where we present the work programs. You have all the information in the EU funding and tender portals, that there you can go to apply to the calls. But if you want to hear from us directly, specifics of the new topics and to learn more, you can check in the event web page, and there are the recordings and the presentations where there is a little bit also what I'm telling now and more in particular of the new topics. But let's focus now on the currently the open the running projects. So as you see, between the 50, some are working on circular economy, others on awareness, engagement, and creativity as SoilTribes, biodiversity, carbon farming. We have also projects that are supporting the mission more as a whole, and they're supporting us in the implementation of all the other activities. Soil monitoring, as I said, tackling pollution and restoration, business models, and then Living Labs and territorial dimensions. We divide for different categories, also for cross-cutting dimensions, for example. Here in this slide, I put only the projects that are working on soil literacy and citizen engagement as their core element. Of course, this project has a little bit of communication and dissemination of their results, but these projects here, like SoilTribes, they really aim to engage with the wide range of stakeholders, which is you. When we talk about stakeholders, this really goes from municipalities, from schools, citizens, advisors, international players, that really the goal is to raise awareness on the importance of soil health, to increase the soil literacy in society, and try to activate citizens in the protection and restoration of soil. Let me give you a little bit an overview now, and this is actually my last slide, and I will be open for any kind of questions, or if I went too fast on something, you can ask me again. So communication, since we started with the mission, we have reached around 5.7 million people through social media, and you can post about your work for soil or every activity. And if you want to link to the Mission Soil, you should follow and use the hashtag Mission Soil. Also, we have a newsletter. By now, we have 4,000 subscribers, and you can look in our webpage and also subscribe to it and receive regular information about all our activities and opportunities for you to engage. I put here the Mission Soil platform, indeed, where we have the news about the Mission Soil in general, but also about our funded projects, events, and any kind of other resources. We have a podcast series, and we have also a dashboard. This one, it's always, you will find it in our Mission Soil platform, where you can follow the progress of the Mission Soil, and in the project hub, all the funded projects. Recently we have reached a high number of ambassadors. So we have this program, the Mission Soil Ambassadors, which are very committed individuals from different stakeholder expertise. And by now we have around 36, so from 24 EU member states and 12 home associated countries, so even beyond Europe. And these individuals, you can contact them, you can go to look them up. We have the list in our platform. And there are people that are committed to soil health and sustainable land management practices, or any kind of job or activity they are already taking in their daily life. They are passionate about environmental sustainability and this kind of environmental topics, and they're willing to promote the mission and also to engage with people in their own member states. And I put here two important actions, let's say. One, it's our next event. It's going to happen on the 5 and 6 November. It's the European Mission Soil Week. It's our annual major gathering where really we gather the research community, but even beyond. And especially this year, as you can see from the subtitles of our event, leading the transition towards healthy soils, finance and landscape perspectives. We want to bring in also the business and finance world to try to see how we can sustain this even beyond EU funding. The event will take place in Aarhus, which is in Denmark. Can be followed also online in any case, registrations are not open yet, but you can always check in our webpage all the latest updates. And this year, the event will be taking place in Denmark because we are co-organizing with the Danish presidency of the Council of the EU. And then I invite you all to sign, if you have not done it yet, our Soil Manifesto. And so join our community. By now we have 2,600 individual signatories, but also organizations and legal entities, can be municipalities, can be companies, any kind of legal entity can sign it. By now we have 630, and we're looking forward to grow the community. And by signing it, you demonstrate and voice your support to Mission Soil and to the objectives, and also you receive privileged information. Voila, I think that's all. I thank you very much for the attention, and if you want further information, you can click on this link or contact us directly at the Mission Soil Secretariat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much. Right now, I would love to hear from you. I don't know if you have any questions for Maria or want to share something. We can open the discussion. I have two questions here. What's your experience with Soil Mission? Have you ever interacted with the Mission Soil? Ayel, please. You are muted. I don't know if you...
Yeah, thank you. Sorry for that.
You're welcome.
I just want to thank you very much for your interesting presentation, very helpful. I just want to ask if there is any link that our community can communicate it to each other to find partners for these calls within the EU portal.
Yes, thank you very much for the question. Yes, in the funding portals, I know that there is a section where indeed you can find a partner. There is indeed this specific section where you can find other consortia. Well, you can find other partners and form your consortia. As well, I know that there are brokerage events, which are networking events indeed organized by the Commission annually, that normally are very close to the Info Days. I know that one is happening now in Krakow, but I think that the registration has already closed. Although there are also projects that are dedicated indeed to help applicants, which are the NCP, the National Contact Points, and there are National Contact Points projects that indeed are organizing this kind of brokerage events and trying to put together partners and facilitate applications.
Thank you. Lila, please.
Yes, hi, thank you very much for the invitation. And my name is Lilia Serrano, yes. And about the question that you say is, this is very important because I live close to Sevilla, and I was trying to contact people who were working in projects related to the mission soil. And I was asking in agricultural ministers here around and surround this local and in different cities, and they say they don't know who can I contact who work in this kind of projects. And I think this is very important because some people told me maybe in Madrid, and you will have more information, and if you live there, you can participate with them easier than here. And I think I would like to start something here to share with the people who live very far away from the big cities. And I think this is very important. Thank you.
If I may reply, and also, well, we take note of your comment. In any case, the national contact points are indeed national, so there is one per member state and even associated countries and third countries. And normally they're reached by email. They have a, I don't know if they have a factual mailbox, but actually there is the list in the funding tender portals. I will send you the link here in the chat. And each applicant or potential applicant can reach out to them, and they usually help at national level. So it's not dependent from where you're from or where you're staying.
Thank you.
Julia, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. I wanted to ask you something because so I work in this project, and also in other European projects. You give a very nice overview of like different projects, and it seems like from the overview that you gave that you have, I mean, there is like a good overview, but actually what I find in reality sometimes when you are looking for information about projects and about the different part that they deal with, it's a bit of a mess, and it's very difficult to understand which project is working on what, which part of the projects, okay, what is the focus, but also what are maybe, little sub-focus in a way. So I wonder, do you have like in the commission, like a clear overview of this that maybe, I don't know, it could be shared also with us that work in these projects? This is the first question. And then second question is, do you have also like a view on how, because I mean, I can imagine that all these projects, they have the aim to answer specific, threats, targets, but do you have like an idea of how then you want to kind of evaluate the body of knowledge that is created by this project to really kind of, in the end, really address these issues?
Okay, so for your first question, well, the slides that I presented today are actually public in the sense they can be published, and this is what we usually also present in different other events. And indeed, you saw that we try to make a categorization per thematic for the project, for the different funded projects. So you know more or less which one corresponds to which category, which one is working on soil degradation, which other on soil literacy. And we have also this, let's say, division and filtering in our website. This is something very new that we are still developing and improving, but there is already the possibility to filter by specific objectives and operational objective as well. So if you're looking for a project working on soil monitoring, you pick it and you can find it in our website. And this is something specific for the missions, because I know that for other Horizon Europe projects, there is no this categorization. You need to go in each project website and from there find, read and understand from they are working on.
Yeah, I mean, of course, because sometimes we also want to create linkages not only with projects within the mission, but also other projects of the European Union, well funded by European Union. And so that's a bit like sometimes where we lose ourselves. But okay, maybe it's a very, very technical question. I don't know if others are interested in this, but okay.
In any case, in our mission soil platform, we also are doing analysis internally, and we have also assessed a number of other projects funded under other programs, so under other parts of Horizon Europe, but also other programs, for example, the LIFE funding program, Erasmus, any kind of project that could be linked to soil that is contributing indirectly to mission soil objectives are also categorized there. This is still a work in progress, but I think that by now we've identified around 80. And also those ones can be found in our webpage. So I think this
of the mission.
No,
the webpage of the European mission, the one that you send here.
Yeah, the mission site platform in the project hub. And sorry, can you repeat the second question?
Yeah, the second was like, what is your idea into like, do you have a plan or an idea on how to bring all the results together? Because basically that is there a plan from the commission, or should we do it, the ones that do the project? Or
is a very interesting question in the sense that this is what we all would like to do, but it's not so easy to be realistic. In the sense, of course, we are doing regular evaluations and monitoring. We keep track of the results of the projects, and indeed through the clusters, it's a way to try, to make them work together, but also to see what are the results and having them feedback in our work. So when we are planning new topics, we look what has been done and try to fill in the gaps, for example. And I think that for the missions, actually, this monitoring and evaluation, it's made even more in depth compared to other projects, indeed, for the purpose for the purpose of missions to have a concrete impact on society. So we have different KPIs, key performance indicators that we are using all internally. And I think that every 2 years, there is also a report published by the European Commission on this.
Okay, so maybe also this cluster can play a big role there.
Absolutely. Participating to the
Mhm.
clusters, I would say, is key to facilitate this kind of process. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the questions.
Thank you. Anyone? Does anyone have more questions? Catherine, please.
So, thank you. I'm very excited about what you're doing. My organization is called Soil Wise, Soil Smart, so we have quite a commitment to soil. However, we do that in a context of the bionic pump. And I haven't heard any of those discussions in the little bit that I've attended. And I am curious because with my understanding of how the biotic pump works and the important role that soil plays in that, it adds to what soil actually contributes, because it contributes cooling and it makes rain possible. So those two things are going to be more important as we move forward, and are sort of universal. So I'm just wondering if there's any place for that kind of information. I'm not seeing it in what I've seen so far.
So thank you very much for the question and for reporting this. I am not specific in this. I'm not an expert on this specific topic, thematic, but I know that there are different conversations going on in parallel also with the rest of my team. So I would invite you to maybe send us an email so we can maybe follow up directly on this and let you know more of what's happening on this side. And also, I think that events like the Mission Soil Week is the perfect moment where we can indeed all gather together and discuss also of maybe knowledge gaps or any other topics that have not been tackled so far, if that's the case.
Would you put your email in the chat for me?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll put mine in too. So.
Any more questions? I saw that we have one in the chat. Javor, okay, go ahead. You are muted.
Okay, how about now? It's okay, or still mute?
Yes. No, we cannot hear you.
Sorry.
Now we can.
Okay, good. So I already put my question in the chat. So during the presentation, I saw that many consortium are used and play a role in the different projects. So now we are still to establish our living clubs in Bulgaria and finding partners in the neighborhood countries. So I would like to ask you if is it possible for one organization or individual experts from one organization to be part of the different consortium which we can apply from the soil mission projects?
Okay, let me understand well your question. You're asking if an organization can participate to one of the future projects or one of the one that are already running?
Future one, let's say on the third wave.
Yeah, for future ones, you need to apply to the open calls and indeed, construct your consortium. That it's linked a little bit from the question that I received before on how to find other partners and try to network with other interested partners so you can form your consortium and then submit your proposals.
I mean that is there any limitations about one organization to be part only on the one consortium?
No, this is done all at, I mean, it's up to the applicants. We usually don't interfere on this well, we don't have also for matter of transparencies and equal opportunities for everyone. We don't enter in these processes.
Okay, so if my organization is part of one consortium and to apply from the one thematic project, for example, we also can supply different projects to be part of other consortium, for example, or any part of my organization, any individual experts, for example.
I'm not sure that I understand well your question, because you're talking about projects. Sorry, can you reformulate?
Okay, for example, I see that some consortium are part from the different thematic projects, for example, awareness and engagement and creativity, and from carbon farming, for example. If my organization is part of one consortium, is it possible to be part from other consortium?
Yes, of course. Let's say this is a categorization. It's not a consortium. So there are different projects all working on different thematics, and we just categorize them well for easy understanding in categories. So we know that, for example, projects, 3 projects are working on business models, and then but this actually project may appear in different thematic areas. So of course, a project that is working on business model can also be categorized under, I don't know, mission support. This is, of course, it's feasible.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone have more questions for Maria? Or want to share your thoughts about mission soil? So I think that we can move forward. Luis, I don't know if you want to add something?
No.
No? So, Georgiana, I don't know if you are still with us.
Yes, of course. If it's possible to stop the share screen in order to see the full gallery of the participants.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Carolina. Okay, I can see you. Okay, amazing. Perfect. I will invite you to open your cameras in order to have a group photo. Okay, I can see some people with their cameras open. We can smile and I will count more people. Okay, perfect. Let's give 10 seconds more. Okay, I think we are ready. Please smile, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Carolina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And before we finish up, I would just like to let you know that we already have a date for our second meetup. It's going to be on the 23rd of July at the same time. I will send you the details via email. And as Maria-Lisa already said, I would like to share with you and to join the Mission Soil Manifesto. You have the QR code here with all the information about the Mission Soil Manifesto.
The presentation will be available?
Sorry?
Presentation will be available and where?
We are going to put the recording available in our website, and we are also going to share it on social media, because the objective of these sessions and meetings is to be recorded and to be a source material for all the community and network to have access whenever they want, and to spread the soil literacy and the mission soil.
Okay, thank you very much. This is very important.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And I would like to highlight that you can stay connected with us You have the QR code to access our website, and you can subscribe our newsletters to check our opportunities, updates, or insights. I don't know if Georgiana, you want to add something?
No, you can always find us on social media. We will also have soon some more channels to share with you. Subscribe to our newsletter to find more opportunities, because we are sharing also a lot of opportunities, and we are trying to communicate also with other projects. And you can also find the links in the chat. Thank you, Carolina.
Thank you. And if you have any questions regarding the community of practice of SoilTribes, please feel free to send us an email to me or Luis. And I think if no one has any questions, I think that's all for today. Thank you for joining us, and have a nice weekend.
Thank
Thanks,
you for
guys.
your
Have a nice
support.
weekend.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend, everyone.